Hey guys, John from Album Review TV. Time for a review of Nothing Was the Same, the third studio album by Canadian rapper slash R&B singer, I guess would be another category that it would fall under, Drake. The album was actually preceded by 3 or 4 singles. Wu-Tang Forever was a promotional single, so I guess we won't count that one. And in typical Drake fashion, the lead-off single from the album was more of an aggressive anthem type song, Started From the Bottom. I got tired of that track really quickly, and for a while I just didn't want anything to do with it, but it had been a few months prior to the album's release since I had heard it, so I started listening to it again, and honestly, besides the chorus getting really annoying and repetitive to me, started from the bottom, now I'm here, started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here, the whole song besides that actually does flow quite well. Drizzy, Drake, whatever you want to call him, the man has talent. He can rap, he can sing, he gets really good guest features that are a little bit unexpected sometimes. A lot of the names you might not even recognize on the features, because I know I didn't at first. Jay-Z is the only one that really caught my eye on the list of guest features when I first looked through the track listing on the standard edition, which is what I'm reviewing. There is one track called All Me on the deluxe edition that features 2 Chainz and Big Sean. Not a 2 Chainz fan whatsoever, but it's just really nice to see an absence of Lil Wayne here on this record. I know that might seem like a weird thing to say, but I don't know. I mean, you can get on a Lil Wayne album and see like a million guest features from just your generic rappers. Like there's 3 songs featuring 2 Chainz, song featuring Kendrick Lamar, etc. Drake goes out of the way to get these people that you might not recognize featured on his tracks, or else he just does a lot of them just solo. It's nice to see a rapper that can, or an artist that can make a track without having to rely on, someone to sing the hook for him. Wu-Tang Forever was a song that I really got into. Samples a song from the Wu-Tang Clan. That's obviously where the title comes from, Wu-Tang Forever. That one, he just gets really lyrical. That's something that he does more so than any, on this entire record, he does more so than he ever has done in the past. Take Care definitely saw him taking a little bit more of a more introspective direction, but he just goes all out here on Nothing Was the Same, and at times it gets a little bit old. I enjoy many of these tracks. Drake obviously is just a lyrical master. The way he flows, tells a story with every single one of his songs, it's incredible. He doesn't just, rely on just trying to rhyme things. He actually just creates stories and opens up, especially here on this record. You're going to hear songs like Tuscan Leather, Furthest Thing, The Language. The Language speaks of, a girl that just wants to smoke and have sex, and that's all that they ever do, Drake says. And is he complaining about that? Maybe, because sometimes apparently he just wants to roll one up and smoke it on his own. A lot of these songs just see him dealing with relationship struggles, but in his 2011 song Headlines, he says, soap opera rappers, all these people sound like all my children, referencing the soap opera. And, basically saying that they're just all just crying and complaining on the track. Well, Drake does that a little bit here, actually a lot. Here on this, he overindulges at times. I mean, you're going to hear Furthest Thing, Tuscan Leather, even a little bit on tracks like Connect, especially on one like Hold On, We're Going Home. That's definitely one that you might not expect from Drake. It's a single, the second official single from the record, and it just sees Drake, singing, and it's nice to hear his voice. This is actually a really good and well-produced song. It's got a chill flow to it, and at the same time, it's also got lyrics that are really cool to hear from him as he sings instead of rapping for a change. And Drake, speaking about this album, said that, he likes singing, and he's not just a rapper, he is an artist all around, and it's nice to see that here on this record. Hold On, We're Going Home has been extremely successful for Drake, and it's no surprise to me. There's a few tracks on the record that are sample heavy. There's one like Too Much, that one's got a sample, and of course Wu-Tang Forever. Then you've got your songs like Pound Cake / Paris Morton Music featuring Jay-Z, kind of a 2-part track, and Jay's verse a lot more solid than his last feature that I can recall, which was Suit and Tie. And that track, just his verse on that didn't really do anything for me, and a lot of people were really hyped for this song. It's the closing track on the record, and I have to say that it's not one of my favorites, but I still do enjoy it. I enjoy this album kind of as a whole. It flows quite well. Started from the bottom, the first single from this album just doesn't fit in with the rest of the tracks in my opinion, and the track list. I mean, I could have seen it being more like the motto from his last album being like a bonus track, that sort of thing, but the rest of the album's definitely got more of a chill flow to it. Own It is another track that I really enjoy from this record. Basically Drake singing of a girl that told him it's yours, it's nobody else's. Basically he owns this chick and he can do whatever he wants to her. That one flows into Worst Behavior, which is one that I'm not fully on board with it. It kind of flows with the previous song, Own It, but at the same time it doesn't quite match the level of that previous track. From Time is another one that's pretty enjoyable off this record. Honestly, that whole section that starts with Wu-Tang Forever up until Hold On, We're Going Home flows really well and is just a good collection of songs right there. Basically, this is an album to listen to if you're in a certain mood. If you're more of a pondering and introspective type mood, I would recommend this album. But if you're looking for, upbeat rap anthems, I don't know, go listen to like A$AP Rocky's album or Lil Wayne's album, his most recent effort. Let's be honest, Lil Wayne has definitely gone down the drains in terms of being a rapper, and his new stuff is just absolutely painful for me to listen to. But anyways, Drake, Nothing Was the Same, favorite tracks, Hold On, We're Going Home, Tuscan Leather, really good intro track right there. It's long, but at the same time, it definitely gets the job done. It almost feels like you're listening to a couple of tracks. I like the use of pianos throughout this album in certain places. It's definitely got chilled out vibes. I really like Hold On, We're Going Home as well. I do like Too Much, and of course, The Language is a pretty good track overall. I don't like Birdman's feature on that, but that's just the last couple of seconds, like right there at the end, so it doesn't really throw off the vibe of the entire track for me. It's a 3.5 out of 5 for me overall. I don't review a ton of rap albums, I know, but I've always been a fan of Drake. Thank Me Later, So Far Gone, everything he's done I've actually been pretty interested in, so let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Planning on reviewing Lord's debut album, The Royals Singer, and of course Justin Timberlake's The 2020 Experience Part 2. So, see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.